Hello everybody, welcome back to the Canon Sports Show. Today we are going to be talking about all of the latest Suns news. We're going to be talking about the full Bradley Beal trade as the one that's up on your screen here, which I'll zoom in a little bit. We're going to be talking about the Suns' new pick in Toumami Camara, and we're also going to talk about some potential free agents the Suns can get on veteran minimums this offseason. So first of all, let's talk about this trade. It's a little bit blurry, it's my bad, but I couldn't really find anything better. So let's talk about this trade. The Suns and the Bradley Beal trade required obviously Bradley Beal, Jordan Goodwin, Isaiah Todd. The Wizards got Chris Paul, Landry Shamet. I don't know why on this site it said they got the draft rights to Bilal Coulibaly. That's a completely separate trade, but regardless. And then they also got the Suns' second round picks in 2024, 5, 6, and 7, and 2030. And they got first round pick swaps in 2024, 2026, 2028, and 2030. And approximately $3.5 million in cash from the Suns. So let's just go over that. Because originally, the way that they made it out was that we were going to only be trading Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, and second round picks. The first round pick swaps weren't included, at least in the first thing that we saw about the trade. Which people see the pick swaps and they think, oh, that's bad. Like, we're going to lose our first round pick. No, we would still have a first round pick regardless. And the only reason why they would swap is if their pick was like worse than ours essentially and we had a better pick, which won't happen because they're the Washington Wizards. 2028, 2030, maybe actually, but it probably won't happen. It won't be significant where they're gonna want to swap with us. The Suns obviously getting Beal. We've talked about this in the last one. If you want to hear me talk more about Bradley Beal, go watch the last podcast. Jordan Goodwin, though, again, a great defensive player, a guy that shows a lot of promise, especially when being coached under Vogel. Isaiah Todd, a young forward, which we need depth in. And maybe this team can develop him, get him into a good place, potentially. But anyway, this is, I still think, a really, really good trade for the Suns. Again, we got rid of Paul and Shamet, who we did not need. Second round picks, it's nice to have picks and stuff, but they're not needed. And the first round pick swaps, again, the first two aren't even going to come to fruition because the Suns are going to be too good. And then 28 and 30, I also don't think that they're going to be useful. I think that we're going to be completely fine. And then the cash, man, Matt Ishbia is loaded. He doesn't need that cash. But anyway, so I want to talk about our prospect, Toumami Camara. Toumami Camara had himself a really good couple years at Dayton and really finished the season well. Apparently, from what I've heard, he had a really bad combine, and that's a big reason why his draft stock kind of tanked. But again, shows a lot of upside, especially on the defensive end with rebounding. And the biggest thing we have heard from this guy is that he has a high motor and that he is going to be constantly working, constantly moving. And that's exactly what this team needs. It's exactly what this team needs. And on top of that, this dude has shown he can shoot the ball well. He can finish well in the paint. Obviously, transitioning that to the NBA is not going to be easy. But anyway, there's a little video here. A shout out to College Basketball Scouting for this video. Hopefully they don't mind me using it. But we're just going to watch this video and just analyze this game a bit. I believe this is him right here, number 0, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, I'm stupid. This is him right here. For whatever reason, I thought Dayton was in the way of this game. But yeah, we're just going to watch this video and just kind of look at some of his plays he makes and comment a little bit.
Length, it's very difficult to beat them off the dribble.
So again, there he is, getting the offensive rebound and then making a bucket in the paint. Once again, gets in the paint, makes a tough bucket.
Camara going toward the basket.
Again, the same thing. Gets in the paint, uses great footwork, great ability to keep the ball up, and he makes a tough shot. Again, same thing. Good spin move to get inside.
Gave up his dribble.
Great footwork there to get inside. He clearly finishes well at the rim.
Yeah, he has 6 points and 9 rebounds. Menenga does.
Again, same thing over and over again. This dude
I make
just
the best. Ask anybody.
What about
finishes well at the rim.
Oh!
Yeah, I want to go back. I didn't even see what happened in that play. My bad.
I make
Oh,
the
so
best.
easier at the top. Like, he
What
makes a
about
good
Boogie
pass.
Ellis?
That's a good pass to make. I've heard a lot too about his passing out of the post. There he is. See, great pass, great vision there.
10 seconds. Baseline shot. Get that out of here.
Dang, like
Hustle.
yeah, good blocking ability.
Inside crowd.
Oh, that's a big dude too over there, and he just gets up there so nicely.
Make the help come, Camara.
He's gonna be so good for this team. I think he straight up could fit in right away and be into a backup role. Maybe not immediately, but regardless, like he's a guy that with depth, like he could be huge for this team. So talking about his steals right now. Ooh, like good offensive rebound. Jeez.
Duke, Carolina, and NC State. It is the Wolfpack.
Here's Camara.
Finishes two guys in front of him. Like that's just dumb. Once again, like he just really drives well. And again, it's gonna be interesting to see how that transitions to the NBA, like we talked about. But he just doesn't seem to, like, no one's stopping him that well. And again, he's 22, 23 years old. He's like very built. He's got his body is developed already in terms of like filling out. He's NBA ready. Like he's gonna be able to drive against people in the NBA. Maybe not as easily, but he can definitely drive against a lot of dudes in the NBA.
Mismatch with Norris on him, but okay.
Like, his footwork is incredible. That's. I don't think I watched some highlights of it. I haven't watched this video specifically. I watched some highlights of him though on like Twitter. I don't think I noticed how good his footwork was before watching this video. And like just great job boxing out the opponent there and giving himself a really easy lane score. Another thing I've heard too is that this guy dunks a lot. Like when he gets the opportunity to dunk, he dunks for the most part.
Camara, yes.
Good job fighting the traffic. He was fumbling the ball, but he's still moving. Like that's not an easy shot, but he just does a great job. See that right here, backs in. He gets himself an easier shot, and that's something that, again, we see Aiden. He like dribbles far out and then takes a long hook shot. Like if Aiden could do more stuff like this, ooh.
Scoring ability, but rebounding.
Camara the other way. Does it again.
No, that's just a great play. Again, this guy is going to be, I think, a really good team player. He's got three guys around him, and he makes that. This is Loyola Chicago. This isn't like a nobody team.
Underneath. Dumps it off. There's Camara.
That's just beautiful right there.
Well early, Carter. Give him one shot and take care of the
Yeah, this thing, like he's got a decent three-point shot, which obviously we can see that develop more in the NBA. Ooh, dang.
Tie or take the lead with a three. Elvis with the move for Camara.
I'll drop off fast first off.
Used his offhand now in the second half.
Here comes Camara.
So yeah, look at that transition offense. That's another thing to go, especially with the Suns team, who are going to play fast. With Booker, Durant, and Beal now. This guy could be very dangerous. Ooh. Like,
He blocks the game. Second A10. You've got to be smart. Good head fake.
I just don't see an avenue where this dude's not going to be successful with the Suns. I don't know why the hell that's my recommended video, but but yeah, I truly do believe that the Suns have themselves a really good player there who can develop himself very well, and hopefully he can be used this year. But if not, though, like he can be used later down the line. That's okay. All right, so the last thing I want to talk about is just some potential free agents. Shout out to Gerald Bourget. He released an article today. The 40 veteran minimum targets for the Suns in 2023 NBA free agency. I've already read through it a bit, and he's got a lot of really good takes in there. I'm just going to name off the players, and we're going to go over them and discuss like Would we want them? Would we not? So, starting out with... Sorry, I'm scrolling down on the thing. If I can fucking find it. Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder is a really solid point guard. He could definitely be a good backup point guard. And then that gives us the option, too, to move Cameron Payne, potentially. Who, again, we could trade him for something, most likely. Get a solid forward. Center, maybe? I mean, not center, but we could find ourselves like a forward on like a cheapish deal. Schroeder would be a good pickup if we get him on a minimum. These are all minimum talks, by the way, because right now, with the Suns looking like they're going to keep DeAndre Ayton, unfortunately, we may just have to live with the fact that we have to sign everyone else to minimums. Patrick Beverley, I don't love Patrick Beverley, but he's a player that brings a lot of toughness. And as much as him and Book have like gotten into it in the past, I feel like they would actually get along really fucking well because they're both fucking petty as hell. Kevin Love, I like Kevin Love, but he's getting older. He did well, to be fair. Like again with the Heat in the finals, he did quite well actually. But I just don't personally think we need him. But again, minimum deals are not bad at all. Danny Green, I don't want Danny Green. I just don't like Danny at all. He's old. He's coming off injuries now. Before that, I don't know. He wasn't even like hitting a lot of his shots to begin with. That may not be necessarily true, but I just don't love Danny Green personally. Robin Lopez, I don't love Robin Lopez, but again, the way that they talked about this is you try and re-sign Jock Landale and Bismack Biyombo. But if one of them were to leave, potentially, Robin Lopez is a big center that could come in for us. And again, with Vogel, he can make him a decent defensive backup center. So I wouldn't be mad. Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder would be huge if we can get him on a minimum. Because that, you shove him in the small forward role, and boom, there's your starting five right there. And then you start focusing on the bench. I would love to have Jay back. Jeff Green, I like Jeff Green a lot. He could be really good off the bench for us. Will Barton, I don't hate Barton. I just don't think he should be our first priority. But I wouldn't be mad if we got Barton. Blake Griffin, absolutely not. Dude is fucking ass now. Obviously, everyone knows what Blake Griffin was, but he's just not that anymore. Ish Smith's a good player, but I don't know. Like, he's oldish. Like, hardly played last season with the Nuggets. Wouldn't hate it. I just don't think he'd play a lot. Corey Joseph, I'm gonna be real, I don't know who the fuck Corey Joseph is, so I'm not gonna talk about him. But apparently last year he averaged 6.9 points, 3.5 assists, in just about 20 minutes a game. So it's not bad. You know, I can make something like that work. DJ Augustine, if we can like literally get nobody else, sure, but he is not who we want. George Hill, he's a former player of Vogel, so that's a potential to get him back there, but he's 37. I just don't know about that. Wesley Matthews, he's getting old. He's shooting okay. It's not bad, but he's not as defensive as he used to be. I wouldn't like that. Goran Dragic, again, old. Don't hate him. Like, he's a former Suns who I actually really liked. Had a rough year this year. I don't know. Rudy Gay, I like Rudy Gay a lot. And he's still playing well, too. Like, even if he's going to be 37, like he's still... Okay, to be honest, I think I was thinking about it a couple years ago, because apparently he did not shoot that well. But still, for a minimum deal, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. These ones are labeled as highly unlikely, but worth a try, so... Seth Curry, there's no way in hell that motherfucker will take a minimum deal. But if we can get him on one, let's do it. JaMychal Green, yeah, no fucking shot, but who knows. Joe Ingles, I think that's probably the best chance we have of getting someone on a minimum deal. At least in this group right here. Ingles is solid, but I don't know. Wouldn't love it. Wouldn't hate it though. Jalen Noel, he's coming off a decent season actually with the Timberwolves, so I don't know why he would sign a minimum deal. Jordan Clarkson, yeah, he's not signing a fucking minimum deal with us. He's too good to sign a minimum deal. Aaron Holiday, so this is the undo section, I'm making the most out of the minimum. Aaron Holiday is a great player. And I say great player. He's a solid player. He could be good for us. defensive and can make shots. Yeah, he shot 40.9% from 3 last year. That could be very good. You'd want to be. I want this guy so badly. I think he is huge. He could be very good for this team. I mean, like, when you're shooting 44.4% from deep, like, how am I supposed to feel? And again, reunion with KD would be great. We have to try and get that, man. He'd be the perfect bench scorer we need. Michael Look? I don't know. I've completely butchered that man's name. I'm so sorry. Actually, he seems solid. 10.6 points a game, 40.4 from 3 over his 19 games in Charlotte. Only just turned 26. If we can get him on a minimum deal, that'd actually be great. Derrick Jones Jr., I think Derrick Jones actually would be perfect for the Suns team. Like, he can score. He can shoot 3 decently. He can drive well, dunk well. I mean, he won the dunk contest, so obviously he should dunk well. But he's got good defense, though, can block a lot. Again, a good, long, athletic forward for a team that needs long, athletic forwards. Raul Neto, I don't know Neto that well. Didn't do great. I mean, he shot 51% from the field. Only 28% from deep. Yeah, I don't love that, but again, last option. Frank Ntilikina, I don't know, he's not bad. He's young. He just shoots like shit. So, I don't know. I just don't see a reason why we need him. Justin Holiday could be good. He shoots pretty well. Pair him up with this Holiday brother, actually. That'd be kind of cool. Stanley Johnson. Stanley Johnson is a guy that actually just got reported to him and Jabari Parker potentially working out with the Suns and seeing if they'd be a good fit or not. I would like to have Stanley Johnson. Again, long forward, can shoot, can score, defend, and Vogel's worked with him. So that could be very good for us, especially, again, like we said, a team that needs forwards. Reggie Jackson. I actually like Jackson, but he just hasn't been playing the same this year. And I just don't think it's going to get better. It's kind of fallen off hard, but again, for a minimum deal, it wouldn't be the worst idea in the world to potentially get him. Thomas Bryant, wouldn't hate it. Give us more size for sure. Shot 44% from 3 as well, so yeah, I actually really would not hate Thomas Bryant coming to the Suns. Frank Kaminsky. If they can get Kaminsky back, I might actually die. Kaminsky was one of my favorite players on the Suns. I don't know, I just love him. I just love him so much. Every single time he played, I prayed that he would go off and get like 30 points. There was one game where he had this like ridiculous game with the Suns. I think he scored like a career high in points that night. And me and my stepdad were just going crazy watching it. I really, really hope he can come back. He's a legend, Osashe Brissett. Don't know anything about this guy, but Indiana averaged 10.9 points, 5.5 rebounds, shooting pretty good, 48 from the field, 42 from 3. It's not horrible. Dylan Brooks, he's not going to take a minimum deal, and even if he does, I don't want him. He's a piece of shit. Javon Carter, I think Javon Carter is a guy we need to go after on a minimum deal, if possible. Again, he likes a lot of the guys we have, or he likes Booker. I keep on forgetting that we've gotten rid of half our team. He's a dog. He's doing a lot better, too, shooting 42% from 3. I think, personally, he's going to take a bigger deal than that. Not like crazy big, but a bigger deal. And then Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers is good. Like, he can be good. He can shoot the 3 well. Wouldn't hate it. I just think there's better options. Dario Saric. I would like to have Dario back. I just don't know if he's going to fit into Vogel's defensive scheme as well, because Dario's a bit like... Dario jumps 3 inches off the ground. Like, he's just not athletic. But I love Dario. I would love to have him back, personally. And again, minimum deal. Fuck yeah. Montrezl Harrell. Harrell would be good. He'd be really good, actually. I'd like to have Harrell. Size, just intensity. Yeah, I really like Harrell. Plays defense well. Drew Eubanks. Eubanks isn't bad, but again, like I said, just maybe not our one option. Justice Winslow. I don't know. I don't like Winslow. Injury prone. He's shown, like, again, on this article literally says, like, he's shown some flashes. It's true. Just doesn't do enough, though, to where I'd risk it. Bates Diop. I don't really know much about Diop. Let's see. 9.7 points, 3.7 rebounds, just under 22 minutes a game. Shot 51 roughly from the floor, just under 40 from three. That's solid, actually. 6'8" wing, only 27? That could be good, actually. So, as you can see, there's a lot of really good potential minimum options the Suns could go for. Will they actually go for some of them or not? We don't know. Free agency, though, starts the 30th. As of recording, this is the 26th, so we're going to know pretty soon. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to end it for this podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any suggestions or stuff you guys want me to talk about, drop it in the comments. If you guys wouldn't mind subscribing, liking, I'd really appreciate it. Gonna have a lot of fun making these, so hoping to keep on making a lot more of them. And yeah, hope you all have a good day. And that sounded really bad, I'm just realizing now. Anyway, have a good one, guys. See you guys on the next podcast.